And eventually, Bezos says something very clear. He said, regret minimization. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, a lot of them. And we know what mistakes look like. It's alcohol, it's drugs, it's regulation, it's laws, it's women, it's overspending of finances, it's gluttony, it's gambling, it's we all know where these things come from. But the tough people that I know who are really tough, and I've interviewed some very weird people, you know who I've interviewed? They don't say a lot. But they're thinking everything. They don't reveal everything to people, but they're thinking. Sometimes, you have few arts that you got to learn. Number one, say somebody leaves you and they betray you. Mm. Has happened to you, yeah. I'm sure. Okay. How do you manage that? Do you trash them publicly? You go out there and say, hey, this guy's such a loser and all this other. I'm not saying you doing it. I'm just saying, is that the right move to make? No. You have to learn how to let people go gently. How do you do that? A phone call. Listen, we're going to miss you. Okay, I know this thing didn't end well, but we're going to miss you. And I wish you nothing but the best. Just be respectful and we'll be respectful. No problem. That little phone call, okay? And then when you're going places, sometimes you got like 15 things you want to say. Just say 3 things. Don't say 15 things. Because you don't need more enemies to be created. It hurts momentum. Here's how it hurts momentum. Your mind has so much energy to focus on ideas and thoughts throughout the day. If you keep creating new enemies, it's consuming the energy of your mind. I want that energy of my mind to be consumed in areas that's going to help me grow. I don't want to give it up that easily to new issues. So there's an art to not create enemies. The natural evolution is you're getting bigger. People don't like that you're getting bigger. You're a target now. People don't like the fact that you're not doing more loans, more real estate, more any of that stuff. You're getting bigger. Make sense? So you got to try to minimize it. So when I'm saying I got enemies, I don't have enemies because I'm giving birth to enemies. It's just a natural evolution. We're trying to make a lot of those enemies allies as well. Some of them it'll never happen. Some of them it will. If you can understand that momentum is like a friend you meet that is automatically going to introduce you to 20 people you didn't know before, don't get cocky when you meet those 20 people. Because you met those 20 people through that one person. I don't know if that makes sense. So let's just say through you, how many people have they met? A lot of people, right? Okay. Have you changed their lives? You change their lives, right? The company changed their lives. Okay. So there has to be a certain level of gratitude. Say one of the guys starts making a lot of money. Albert, you never helped me out. Yeah, you kind of did, So they have to control their ego and their arrogance to not think that they're bigger than the company, et cetera, et cetera.
You've ever had somebody that was under you that wanted to be bigger than you so much, and maybe that person's not here anymore? How'd you deal with that? What's the best way to deal with that? Yeah.
So number one, is there anything wrong with that person wanting to be bigger than me? Okay. That's number one. Like I remember when I flew out to the former company and I flew out to Atlanta and I had a meeting with everybody and I said, hey, I want to know what I need to do to one day be the CEO of this company. I'd love to run this company. I'm going to be one of the biggest guys in the industry, if not the biggest guy. And they just kind of looked at me like as if I was selling them. The mistake they made is they thought I was kidding. They said, everybody says this stuff. You're just saying this because you want some money right now and then you're going to get back to work. I said, I'm sorry, you think I'm just saying this to say it? Yeah. Have you not seen the signs of what I've done? There's plenty of signs that, like I'm not a delusional guy who's a nobody telling you this. I've been your 4-time, 3-time MVP. This is a real guy that's telling you this. Yeah, everybody says this because they're threatening. Yeah. 6 months after that meeting, I left. So when a guy like that comes to you, you also have to know how to handle that. You also have to know how to have that conversation with them. Is it based off of ego or is it based off of they want to really help take the company to the next level and one day they want to be the CEO of the company? Maybe you become the chairman. Is it sincere? Is it genuine? Is it a real vision? These are all questions you got to ask. Now, if it's the guy that's envious, envy is very dark. Got to be very careful with envy, because you know what doesn't come with envy? Work ethic doesn't come with envy. Humility doesn't come with envy. Constant improvement doesn't come with envy. Constantly wanting to get better doesn't come with envy. Teamwork doesn't come with envy. Envy is a very dark spirit when it comes. So there's a difference between somebody that is envious of your life and they kind of secretly don't like the fact that you're winning, versus somebody who's like, dude, I've seen what you've done. One day when you decide to step away, I want to be the CEO of the company and I want to be bigger than you. Great, let's go do it together.
What about employees? Like sometimes, you're a man with your importance and it's just growing more and more.
Yeah.
When is there a way that you deal with employees? Is it differently than your salespeople?
Absolutely. So give me, outside of you and Syl, give me your most senior executive you got.
Probably let's say Tony. He's been with us 4 years.
What's his title?
He's a processing manager.
Okay. So you, I don't want to say this on camera.
He actually knows you.
I don't want to say it on camera, but I already know what you need to do, like your next 2-3 moves to take this thing to the next level. But you have to know it from this standpoint. So, for example, talking to creative, okay? Would he be your creative?
Yeah.
Extremely sensitive job. You tell them one thing on the video, they're offended. You have to speak to creative in a different way because it's art. They're artists. You can't talk to creative the way you talk to sales. He's more sensitive than anybody else here in the room, believe it or not. I don't know him. I've never met him. First time I'm meeting him, I've never spoken to him.
Right, I had a few issues. Remember what?
Of course, I remember all of them. Yeah, every one of them I met. Yeah, that I met. But then C-suites, executives, leaders, supporting cast, everybody who is doing their part, they have to know that you appreciate their work they're doing for you.
Yeah.
Okay? And you have to know there's a very big difference between W-2 and 1099. You can't expect a W-2 who is not one of the leaders to be working on Sunday where sales guys get paid commission.
Yeah.
It's a sales guy sells on Sunday, he's going to make $18,000. But W-2 comes to work, he's still only getting that salary. Make sense? So it's a very different dynamic on how to work with salespeople, sales executive, your number one salesperson, then your processors, then the leaders, then support, then HR. Everybody's different. Listen, you have pride. You have pride in your last name. You have pride in being Mexican. Your pride in the company. And this is good pride. Pride like you want to represent. When people have good kind of pride, they're committed to improvement. You guys are committed to improvement. As long as you stay humble, you stay hungry, you stay committed to improvement. All this, you said Rocket, what was it? Rocket loan? Rocket mortgage. Yeah. It's just a matter of time. Everybody who was in the gym that Ali was training with is telling everybody, you and I, a part about Ali. And they said Ali would come and he would ask, who's the best footwork guy in the office, in the gym? Such and such. He would go to the guy and he would only ask him, teach me about footwork. Who's the best guy jab? That guy. Teach me your jab only. Who's the best uppercut guy? Who's the best defense guy? Who's the best conditioning guy? Who's the best jump roper? Who's the best this? He went to everybody and he learned the best from everybody. And he was a sponge. And eventually we know what happened to him. You're a sponge. That's your gift. You may not know it. I asked you the question to see what you were going to say. That's not your biggest gift. Your gift is a sponge. You draw. I said, you need to learn how to get as much information for people as possible to transfer to you. You're very good at doing that.
Guys, if you made it this far, I have an exclusive mastermind that I want you to join. Go to drivenacademy.com and subscribe to my exclusive mastermind where we're gonna meet in person every month at my workshop and you get more perks. All you gotta do is go to the link below and sign up. I'll see you there.